Hi, my name is Nikita. I'm 7 years old. I live in Sydney, Australia. My house is a townhouse. My garden is small, but so much fun! Most of the plants here are perennials. Perennial plants mean they live longer than annual plants. They even survive in winter. One of my favorite plants is katuk or sweet leaves. They are nutty and delicious. Lots of drop and drop. This way the plants get the nutrients back. It's like a blanket for the plants. Nice and warm. We love to harvest plants from our permaculture garden and cook them. We make arrowroot chips from arrowroot plants. Whoa, a big red arrowroot! Plant-based fish from a banana flower. And sometimes salad from green papaya. And lungs! Oh, it smells so good. I love climbing and harvesting and munching on the mulberry tree. It's fun playing my permaculture garden, and you can do it at home too.
Created the Permayouth with my mum Laura because there's this big gap in the permaculture world. This kind of like, there's the little kids thing, like the nature kids and stuff, and then there's like the older people's thing, and there was just this gap between like 10 and 20 that was kind of a bit missing with like stuff to do around permaculture. So yeah, we created this group kind of just to create a space for these people to learn and, you know, talk and discuss about permaculture and share ideas, and yeah.
I joined the Permayouth because Maya asked me.
I joined the Permayouth because my friend told me I really should join, and it sounded really nice.
Well, my mum kind of made me, but mum's always been into permaculture and growing organic food, and she saw that on Facebook actually, and she thought it was a good idea. I was a bit iffy at first, but once I started joining, I thought it was amazing. It was really great hanging out with like-minded people and talking about permaculture and what people believe in.
Because my friend Eve, she suggested it, and I thought it sounded really interesting and I wanted to participate.
Because we need more gardens in the world.
My name's Chloe. I'm about to turn 14. Here in Tasmania, where I live, we have problems with heavy waterlogged clay soil. The solution we found for our garden is hugelculture. Hugelculture is a multi-layered raised bed system. This is the first of the many hugelculture beds to come. Our raspberry canes here, we get 2 fruiting times from them, so one in summer and one in autumn. And at the moment, because it's winter, you can see that they've dropped their leaves and they're making a really nice ground cover in there.
We use these compost bins as we had some bays made out of pallets, but we found the rats get into those, so these ones we thought they're better.
So this is our bean tunnel, and we grow scarlet runner beans in here, but right now they've finished, so we have these dry pods. The dry pods can be great mulch. You can put them in your compost, and the dried beans you can use for planting next year. They do last 7 years once planted, so they're sort of perennials. And the dried beans you can also use for things like baked beans or other bean dishes.
These are our little lawn mowers. We have 3 girl guinea pigs, and they mow the grass for us. They're really good. We've just given them this little shelter because they're free range pretty much. So a while ago we had our guinea pigs under the blackberries, and now the grass is starting to come back up. I'll put them back here again. But as you can see, when they were here, they generally scratched up and improved the soil quality. It was really good for the plants, and it gave the guinea pigs shelter from birds and our dog. This is one of our perennials. This is our artichoke. Now, it's been in here for I don't know how many years, but each year we've got an amazing crop from it.
So we went out to one of our nurseries the other day and we got some feijoa, strawberry guava, hazelnut, walnut, things like that like to grow down here. We're going to be planting them out in our garden soon, and we're planning on having a little nut orchard out the back of our house as well. We're also propagating elderflower for a little tea business down here. Elderflowers are really good for things like colds and flus. You can also make syrup from the berries.
Hanging out with like-minded people and being able to talk to people about permaculture that understand what permaculture is, and just being able to talk to them about it and see their different views and theories and even different ways of gardening.
Because we need more gardens to get more shade for our planet.
Because it's an amazing way to connect with other people and the planet and get to know how to garden better and do more regenerative ways of thinking and getting money and keeping money in your communities, and yeah.
Well, it has some really great learning, and I have lots of fun and make new friends, and it's really great organisation.
I like it because I've made lots of new friends, and I get to talk to people who have similar interests to me, so I really enjoyed that.
I don't know, I feel like it's important to learn regenerative practices and to have a vast variety of knowledge. I like it so much because it's kind of like an interdependency thing. Like I can learn with other people and they can learn, and also I learn while I'm teaching as well, like explaining and stuff, and I just enjoy the community as well that's created.
Hi, my name is Eve Ballard and I'm a co-founder of Permayouth. I live in Cathabra, which is a rural locality in the Shire of Noosa, Queensland. I'm privileged to live on the 15-acre property which we have affectionately named Two Hoots Farm, with my mother and father and also my older brother and sister. I'm also privileged to be home educated. We incorporate permaculture ethics and principles in the workings of our property. My mother has always been sustainably food productive and environmentally aware with a personal philosophy of deep ecology that recognises the integral nature of all elements with an interdependent ecosystem. So it was a natural progression for me to be drawn to permaculture, and the reason for this is because it presented a firm ethical framework and grounded design practices. We are in the foundation and observing stages of setting up our property at Two Hoots Farm, as we have only lived here for a little over 12 months. We are aiming to mimic the naturally occurring ecosystem functions through patterning and harnessing the potential for long-term abundance. Our farm site had been degraded through thoughtless environment interaction and soil depletion by the previous owners, but our goal through permaculture principles is to regenerate healthy soils and encourage an ecosystem teeming with abundance. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a co-founder of Permayouth. As the name suggests, Permayouth is youth in permaculture. I became passionate about Permayouth so that I could learn to pass on knowledge of permaculture theory and practice in ways that create real change. I am a global citizen, and Permayouth is a solid and effective organisation that serves to develop and enrich local and international communities through permaculture. Come and join the Permayouth if you are between 11 and 16 years old. Email Moray Gamble to inquire. Climate change is a broad subject that most see as far removed from our daily lives. As a family, we make sure we are informed and research the science behind climate change and take responsibility by coming together as a family by giving a voice to the issues that need addressing. We often sit as a family to evaluate together by taking inventory of our personal impact on the planet and if we can improve in any way. We unplug, reuse, plan our travel, shop smarter and locally, and aim for zero waste. We believe that collective action can make a major impact for change. My mother always says, one person can make a difference, but together, we can make a movement.
I'd like to see more productive activity. So, making gardens, making community gardens for people, helping the elderly and other people who can't really make their own gardens to make gardens and help themselves.
I hope to see better government, a whole lot more plants, green buildings, green parks, and a lot more trees.
Better government, people that care about the climate change, not just care about money.
I hope to see more productive action, and instead of just talking all the time, sort of putting our plans into actions and stuff like that.
I hope to see a lot more people, and there'll be like a giant global community of Permayouth and heaps of camps going on and all these cool activities.
More regenerative habits and eco-friendly ways of life.
I want to see people gardening and planting trees and learning about permaculture and trying to save our species and help take care of the planet.
Morning everyone, I am Sophia and today I will talk about our garden in the Philippines. That was our mangosteen tree, and here we have okra that I planted a few weeks ago. And here is our savanna. It attracts hoverflies. We like hoverflies because the hoverflies eat the aphids. And beside the mangosteen, we have aloe vera. And beside the aloe vera, we have camoning. As you can see, our camoning tree has already a fruit and its flowers have bloomed. Here is the camoning fruit. And the flowers smell like jasmine and are very fragrant. And here is our gooseberry. I have tried the gooseberry and it tastes like tomato, but a bit sweeter. And this is the gooseberry. Over here we have a lipote, a native tree to the Philippines. And around it is katuk. Katuk is very yummy. And our katuk is very healthy. Now, I will talk about our peanut butter tree. It is said that the peanut butter fruit tastes like peanut butter. And as you can see, there are rosella around it. We are hoping to make jam and tea out of the rosella flowers. Here is our linawin. It looks very healthy too. Here is our ratilis, or known as a strawberry tree. Its fruits are very yummy. And over here we have a little dragonfly. Ever since we made our wildlife pond, dragonflies have been coming to our garden. As you can see, this one is green. Now, the aratilis is very tall. And of course, we have a curry leaf tree. The curry leaf tree looks very healthy. And now, we have rosemary over here, and we have our marabulak. The marabulak makes red flowers. And here is our spinach, and it is around our marabulak. And here's more spinach. Now here is our abute. I like this tree because of the shape of the leaves. And now I am going to our wildlife pond. And near the wildlife pond, I planted marigolds. And the marigolds are already blooming. And over there, we have our lemon drop mangosteen. The red parts on the lemon drop mangosteen are new leaves. And this is our wildlife pond. And we had put water lettuce, so maybe frogs or tadpoles can stay there as a home. And this is my forest garden.
Like doing renewable energies and stuff like that, because we need to, it will help the earth more, and yeah.
Plant a tree because trees help everybody because you can climb them, so it's fun for children. They're beautiful to look at and they're helping to sequester carbon.
Well, education. Education is a major thing in, well, permaculture, because if nobody knows what permaculture is or climate change or anything, they don't know what they can do to help. And if people get educated on permaculture and climate change and helping the earth and saving our species and growing food and being healthy, then people can then make a choice of what they can do next.
I like planting plants. I also like the ocean cleanup because they work to clean up the oceans, and planting plants reduces carbon in the atmosphere, which stops global warming and even reverses this.
Well, permaculture obviously is fun, because not only is it about the gardening bit and creating your own food and food sovereignty and stuff, it's also like about how you can change your perception on how to create new solutions. Like, for example, one of the things in Permayouth is like turning problems into a solution, and so I think that's a really big part of what we need today.